So, Sports Doctor, I want to play a little game with you. We're going to call this the emoji match. You know, being in our 40s, we are not as privy and as skilled as some of the younger viewership out there in these emojis, but there's an emoji for everything.
Yeah, there certainly is, Casey. I can't keep up with all of them.
No, but you're skilled enough. I've seen your text action. The Sports Doctor's got some text skills. I'm going to give you an event or a circumstance, and you give me the emoji that you think best matches up with it, and then you tell me why. All right? First off, the upcoming Floyd Mayweather-Conor McGregor super fight.
How about the dollar sign emoji? Dollar signs for McGregor, Mayweather, and for you and I, the customer, at $100 a pop. So dollar signs comes to mind. I personally think, Casey, this is the most overhyped fight in the history of boxing and or MMA. I think it's going to be no contest. And I think with all the dollar signs floating around out there, the two winners are the fighters, not the guys plunking down the dollars to see the fight. This has got scam, sham, and ripoff written all over it.
Well, I got the sleeping emoji followed by the giant poop emoji because this is a testament to the acronym FOMO, fear of missing out. It's the only reason anyone can explain why you'd want to pay or watch this at all is you're afraid that you're going to be the person that missed something, because the reality is Michael Phelps versus the shark was every bit as competitive as the concept of this fight is going to be. No one wants to see Usain Bolt run the Boston Marathon. That's what this is. It is clearly the best fighter maybe ever in his weight class against a guy that is a specialist in something else. We all know what the outcome is going to be, and you're going to pay money for the what? The possibility that a punch might get landed. And the reality is boxing is so corrupt that if that punch lands, you're not going to believe it was real anyway. So you're going to shell out money in the hopes that you can argue that what you saw was faked. I've never experienced anything like it.
And every once in a while, boxing will give you that special night. But this is not a boxing match. This is, like you said, this is a hoax. This is an event. You have probably the best defensive fighter of all time, and Mayweather going against a guy who's fighting his first fight. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Listen, the Sports Doctor, not going to pay a nickel for it. But if you buy it, make sure you invite me, because I just might watch it.
Well, you know, and there's an undercurrent here that we haven't even talked about. I mean, this reminds me of like almost like a satire movie, The Great White Hype or something like that. This appears to be satire. It's like the guys that did Spinal Tap would have come up with a concept of this. It can't be real. But the undercurrent is Floyd Mayweather's a bad guy. And how he gets taken off the hook and people in any way support his endeavors. This is a guy who'd be suspended in any other sport that he participates in, and yet, you know, somehow cheered for and rooted for. Conor McGregor is actually a pretty good guy, but with all the tattoos and the leather coats and the furs, you know, we're sitting there eating it up.
Yeah, and he is who he is. McGregor is a tremendous, you know, MMA fighter, but that's got nothing to do with the boxing game. And again, you went back to, you know, the corruption of boxing. You know, who's the governing bodies? This whole thing is just awful and is a train wreck. But will you watch it?
I've been invited to watch it, and I'm telling you right now, I will not watch this fight. But I do want your prediction on it.
I don't think McGregor's going to land a punch, and I think he'll leave himself wide open, and Mayweather actually knock somebody out. So unlike the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight, where they danced around and hugged each other for 12 rounds, I do think you're going to see somebody go down, and that somebody's going to be McGregor.
Prediction? Pain.